Hey guys, Hemo here and welcome to today's video. Today is the birthday edition and I am turning 29 for most of you who don't know. So I'm going to be sharing 29 things that I've learned throughout my 29 years and let's get to it. You guys, karma is real, okay? I don't even know how to stress this enough. Karma is real and she always comes back to collect, okay? Treat people right, make sure you do things the right way. I mean, we're not all perfect, but for the most part, if you know that you're doing something wrong and you shouldn't, abort mission, guys, because karma will collect. And I promise you this, she never misses a payday. It is more than okay to take time off for yourself, guys. Like we're thinking, you know, like only you know what you need to be mentally, physically, emotionally okay. Don't let anybody else try to convince you otherwise. You're the only one that knows. So when you say no, no is a no, okay? I am the queen of khanakana because no, like sometimes people be expecting too much from you and like they just overstepping, and you need to be able to tell them that I can't do it, I'm not available, I need time to me. And sometimes people don't understand that you actually are not available. Like people will take for as long as you are willing to give. So sometimes you need to be like, dude, no, I don't have the time for that. I don't have the energy for that. Sorry, but sorry, not sorry. One of the most important things to remember is that your family always comes first, before your friends, before your partner, before anyone else, because those are the people at the end of the day, when everything crumbles and falls apart, those are the people that are there to lift you up, to help you put back the pieces. And these are the people that are not going to judge you. They will always love you. They will always offer support. It's just really sad to see when people prioritize friends, like, I'm not saying friends are not important. Friends are definitely important, but your family comes first. Failure is not the end of the world. It's okay to fail. Sometimes things happen. You don't always reach your goals and your dreams, but you need to know that there is life after failure. You pick yourself up and you try again. Don't be discouraged when you fail at something. Just be encouraged that you will rise, and for as long as you're alive and kicking, you still have a fighting chance to make whatever it is a success. Learn to manage expectation, guys. The thing is, when we expect too much, that is usually when we get disappointed. So you need to learn to manage your expectations and see things for what they are. You know, don't fantasize anything. See it for what it is. And you will be good, too sharp, in fact. Ask me, I know. No matter how dark a situation may seem, no matter how dark a cloud may be hanging over you, just know that there is always a silver lining, mainly because dark times don't last long, you know? What do they say? Tough time never lasts, only tough people last.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
Yep, that is true, guys. I mean, there's always a silver lining in any situation. Know when to take an L, guys. Like, sometimes we need to know when to give up, when to accept defeat. This is like holding on to friendships that aren't taking you anywhere, relationship that you are not happy in, maybe even a job that is just not putting you in the best mindset that you need to be in to be your best you know? Anything that works against you being the person that you are meant to be, anything that works against your progress, anything that works against you in general, just learn to let it go. It's okay to let things go. You are making way for something better, something bigger, something greater. Sometimes the things that we actually hold on to in our lives are the very things that are actually holding us back. Keep it in mind. Take an L. Know when to take an L. It's okay. Everyone deserves a second chance, And I know that this is a very controversial statement that I'm making, guys. But I believe in the power of redemption, mainly because of my faith. And I do believe that people make mistakes. We are all not perfect human beings. If there was no forgiveness, we also just will be written off, you know? We also don't know what people are going through. And it's very hard to judge a person, because we also sometimes do things that are out of character, not because we are bad people, but because we are going through something, and at that moment that is just the best decision we could make for ourselves without thinking about the consequences and the outcomes of whatever it may be. I'd do a second chance, but I'm not sure about a third, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I gave you another chance, so like I tried. If you keep showing me over and over that you actually just don't care, then you know what? Why should I? Ask for help if you need it, you know? Like, I know for me, I don't want to say I'm a proud person, but it's really hard for me to ask for help. I don't know why, but sometimes you need to ask for help because you don't have the capacity and the capabilities to do it all on your own. And sometimes you need assistance from others, and it's not showing weakness. It's not to be pity. It's not to be pity. It's just assistance. Like, you know, the other day I was talking to my friends and they were like, dude, sometimes you need to let us help you do things. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for advice from other people, because sometimes people have gone through what you're going through and they have a different perspective, which might actually help you in the long run. Because instead of being narrow-minded and seeing it from your perspective, you get to see a holistic picture of whatever situation you may be going through, which in turn helps you make a better decision in the long run. So asking for help is okay. It's very important for you to believe in something, to stand for something, because I feel like if you don't believe or stand for something, you literally will fall for everything. So faith is something that I recommend. I know for me, faith is something that keeps me grounded. It's something that keeps me level-headed. It's something that leads and guides most of the decisions that I make in my life. And I think without it, I would just be in a place of despair, misery. I don't know, but I feel like for me, having faith is just something that has brought me closer to myself. It has brought a lot of peace in my life. It has brought a lot of comfort in times of need. And I just honestly feel like it's the best decision that I've ever made. I'm not complaining, and neither will you. Sometimes a coffee is just a coffee, and people literally don't have an ulterior motive. Sometimes people just really want to vibe with you. Sometimes people are attracted to your character, your personality, and they just want to get to know you. Sometimes people admire you for the person that you are, and not everyone has an ulterior motive. Sometimes a coffee is just a coffee, you know, and that's that. Never compromise yourself for someone else, because at the end of the day, that just eats away at relationships. It eats away at friendships, and it just corrodes the very fiber of who you are, you know. At the end of the day, you won't even recognize yourself, because the version that you are of yourself is not really you, and that just leads to you being unhappy and in just a really bad way. Compromising who you are and yourself, it just, at the very end of the day, it just breaks at the fibers of your being, you know. So just don't do that to yourself, especially for someone else. Like, no. If a person can't love you for who you are, then unfortunately let it go, because yes, you might like them now, but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up not loving yourself. So like compared to love, like them, you should always be higher on the scale of things, but like, yeah, just don't do it. Always be kind to yourself, guys. If you're not kind to you, who's gonna be kind to you? Because I don't see other people stop being kind to themselves just so they could be kind to you, you know. Be kind to yourself, love your body, love your mind, love everything about you, you know. Everything is what makes you you. Guys, it's okay to reinvent yourself. I mean, the person that I am today compared to the person that I was 5 years ago, two different people. And that's because I've grown more within 5 years, you know? You can't expect to go through things and experience things and expect to remain the same. You know, people are forever evolving, and it's okay to redefine who you are every now and then. Redefine yourself as many times as possible, because we don't stay the same. This is maybe Tiamo 2.1 right now, next year 2.2. All I know is I've changed a lot over the years. The things that I've accepted back then are things that I won't accept now. The Tiamo 5 years ago was young. She didn't know many things about life. But now I'm not fully there. I don't know everything, because I'm still gonna grow. I'm still gonna experience different things, but it's okay to be reinvented. You need to learn to do things that actually push you outside of your comfort zone. I find that learning to do things that are outside your comfort zone help you grow as a person. You learn to cultivate new skills. You find things out about yourself that you didn't even know were possible. It's a huge learning curve, and at the end of the day, it builds character. So it's very important to always have a positive mindset. When you're positive, you actually let out vibrations into the universe, and that's what you attract. Positivity. You attract great opportunities just by being positive, by being open-minded, by being light-hearted. Negative vibes just tend to block us, and just being positive is just more of a vibration. Learn to apologize when you've wronged others, guys. Honestly, if you know that you did something and you are in the wrong, apologize. You don't lose anything by giving an apology and by meaning, because if anything, you build on your character, you've gained a friendship or relationship. Like, you're not a perfect person. It's okay to apologize and to mean it. You don't lose anything by apologizing when you're wrong. It shows humility. It shows that you care, and it shows the people around you that you actually love them. You care what they think. You care about their emotions. And if anything, you gain more than you lose by apologizing when you are wrong. I mean, also, like, if you're not wrong, don't apologize, because sometimes people be manipulating you to apologize, you know? And like, people don't want to own up to their mistakes, but own up to your mistakes. Don't apologize if you're not wrong. Don't do that, because that is just enabling somebody else's bad behavior, and that is a no-no. If there's one thing that I've learned, is like, if anything is meant for you, it will never, never, never pass you. Guys, there have been so many instances in my life where I have just been proven over and over again that if something is for me, it will always work out in my favor. And you need to be a firm believer in this, guys. If something is meant for you, no one can steal it, no one can take it away, because at the end of the day, it's yours. It's very important for you to be content with what you have, you know, guys, showing gratitude for what you have, because a lot of people out there wish they could be having some of the things that you have. People wish they could have a family. People wish they could have a father and a mother. People wish they could have siblings. People wish they could be having the home that you live in. People wish they could be having your financial situation. We don't know what tomorrow may bring. That's what I'm saying. Be grateful for what you have. Be content with what you have. Don't seek to always acquire more. Being content brings about a certain peace in you. Like, trust your intuition, guys. I believe like my intuition is low-key my guardian angel, and your intuition always knows that, like, especially if like a situation is dodge, or you're in a place where you're not supposed to be, and you're just like, I need to go. Whether it be a business deal, whether it be a relationship, whether it be just being in the wrong place, you know you're not supposed to be there, but you're there. Trust your intuition. If your intuition goes off, guys, trust it, because 100% of the time, it's always right. And you can avoid a lot of things, a lot of bad things, a lot of bad situations in life by just trusting your intuition. Always make an effort to show people that you love how much they mean to you. Like guys, life is short and we don't know how much borrowed time we are on. If you feel something, be honest about your feelings, be honest about your emotions, be vulnerable with those around you. Life is short and you need to tell people how you feel about them now while they're still around. Something that I've also learned about life, guys, you're allowed to change your mind, okay? Like sometimes you make a decision at the time, but then later it's not the correct decision for you, you know? And you're allowed to change your mind. You don't have to stay in a decision that you don't agree with fully. It's okay for you to change your mind and be unapologetic about it, guys. We're allowed to change our mind, right? You need to be able to read people, because not everyone that's friendly, not everyone that's nice to you actually has your best interest at heart, you know? Not everyone that you call your friend calls you their friends. So you need to be careful of who you let close to you, who you tell things to. It's just unfortunate. Love really does exist, guys. Like I know, like despite this generation's best efforts to just destroy everything good, you might find it in the form of friendship. It's not always a partner. As people, we're never at a loss for love in our lives, because love takes on different forms. Friendship, relationship, family, love exists. So I feel like if you as an individual have the capacity to love someone, then that person also has the capacity to love. We're all born with it. It's just a basic human instinct. It's also just very important that you set boundaries. Like, people need to know that these are your boundaries, they can't cross them. And if they do, you need to be willing to take action. You need to be willing to actually do something about someone breaking your boundaries, you know, because you set them there for a reason, and they need to know, like, it's not okay to break your boundaries. So also, like, never settle for less, and like, don't dim your light for someone else, guys. Like, I feel like we've all been in bad relationships where you feel like you have to be less of yourself to be accepted by someone else. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Those relationships don't ever last anyway, because if you're looking back at it, are you really truly happy if you have to be a version of yourself that isn't authentic? No, you're not. So if a person can't love you for who you are, don't settle. Don't expect people to shift your boundaries. You set your boundaries for a reason, and if they can't stick to them, they need to go. Being vulnerable shows strength. It takes a lot to tell someone how you feel about them. It takes a lot to show emotion. It takes a lot to show people who you really are on the inside, because when you do that, you run the risk of actually hurting yourself. And you have to be a very strong person to show someone your weakness. And that is all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're already part of the family, we'd like to have you. So please comment down below, like, and guys, I know a lot of you haven't subscribed, so please subscribe, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.